Okay, so I'm gonna start the podcast with like a "Hey guys, TAPEDECK Reviews here.
Hey guys,
welcome back to TAPEDECK Reviews podcast."
Hey guys, it's Phantom here to announce my new Twitch stream.
Oh, we'll just dox you instead.
Yeah, let's dox me.
Okay, so everyone, welcome back to the TAPEDECK podcast. This is like the first episode of the new series. Today I am joined with a very good friend of mine who you may remember from Lockdown Sessions episode 3 when he said he almost killed himself when he was 3 years old.
I didn't say that.
No,
though.
you did.
No. I said I had an existential crisis when I was 3. I was thinking about death. I never said I was going to kill myself.
Okay, so we're joined with Kieran Pilling, otherwise known as what's your Twitch name? Or are you shoehorning it in?
Yeah, it's Gamer Beasts.
Gamer Beast.
Epic Gamer Beasts.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Pokemon. I do bathtubs.
She's quite underground now, isn't she?
Yeah. No, I'm Pokemon. I do little bathtub streams. I go in my bikini and sit in my little jacuzzi with some random men I live with, and then I game. Like, to get all the gamers to give me the Twitch subs, all the donations, and I just make my living off getting men to simp over me.
Did you see about Belle Delphine?
She has porn now?
No,
yeah, I did. I saw that,
Christ.
yeah, I saw.
No, her bathwater is like gone corroded and like loads of people. Like, they're checking it out, and when you shake it, there's like a bunch of little particles in it and that.
Well, no shit, it's like 2 years old now. Not only is it bathwater, which is dirty anyway, but it's 2 years old. What were they expecting? I mean, yeah, when it first came out, you had it going, oh, well, I caught gonorrhea. It's like, that was one person, so, you know, they probably already had it and they just found out. Like, that's more shocking. Like, it's 2-year-old bathwater. What are they expecting?
Go into like 10 years' time. Actually, not 10 years' time. Let's go like 100 years. Like, you know, like you're searching for your granddad's stuff, and you find Gamer Girl bathwater and like a selfie of her. Like, that's the timeline we're living in.
You've got Gamer Girl bathwater, and then you just extract the DNA and make your own Belle
Delphine.
Yeah, you make your own Delphine sex doll, so that way she's no longer needed.
It's like, okay, sorry, Kieran. It's like Invincible. Do you know the Mauler twins?
Well, yeah.
When they clone them.
Oh yeah, that's what they do with Belle Delphine. Just get the bathwater and just spill it on the machine.
That's it. I think I last night I stayed at like 9 a.m. rewatching all of Invincible.
Really?
I think that's such a fun fucking show, man.
See, last time I watched Invincible was when the last episode came out when I binged the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so brilliant. It's better than The Boys.
Oh, we're not even 10 minutes in.
I know.
You're
I'm already starting controversy. It's
Oh.
because I'm an animated guy. I prefer Batman the Animated Series. You know, Spectacular Spider-Man. Justice League, the animated series, all them over all the live action shit.
But The Boys is more like not relatable, but The Boys is more fun. Like,
well, no, it's not more fun.
Invincible's got that thing where in the first episode you think, oh, is this gonna be like a generic Justice League ripoff with your Batman ripoff, your Superman ripoff, and then to the last episode it's like, what? What?
No, not the last episode. The last minute of the first episode. But with the what I will say with The Boys is, it is basically just a Justice League rip-off, but they do it so perfectly. And have you heard what they've announced? What they've well, not announced, but what's leaked?
What?
They are thinking or starting to plan on doing a school for gifted people in the Boys universe.
So you've
got your Justice League. So you've got your Justice League rip-off, and now you're getting your X-Men rip-off. It's gonna be brilliant.
But it can be justified if the rip-off is better than X-Men, which is a very low bar. It's a very low bar.
Well, not really when you're like me and when you only watch the good ones, like 1,
yeah, like New Mutants.
2...
Like New Mutants.
Oh. Like 1, 2, Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, Days of Future Past, and the one where Magneto gets thrown into the Holocaust. That one. I can't remember the name. But
I don't count Deadpool's X-Men.
It's in the X-Men universe.
Yeah, but it's better than X-Men, so it's not an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
If it's better, if it's more than
you say, oh, it's better than X-Men, but you clearly haven't watched X-Men 2 then.
I have watched X-Men 2.
Well, then you shouldn't be saying that. X-Men 2 is like one of the best superhero films of all time.
Kieran, we're 4 minutes 11 in, and you've already had like 2 fucking controversial opinions.
Oh, here's another hot take. Tom Holland should shut the fuck up. I don't like the new Spider-Man.
Oh, we're gonna talk. Okay, so we're gonna jump into this before we jump into more music stuff.
More music. We haven't talked. All we talked about is superhero.
No. I mean, for the schedule.
Yeah, I know. Just go on.
Okay. So Kieran says this thing a lot, that the new Spider-Man isn't Spider-Man. It's Iron Boy. I'm inclined to agree with him on this.
It's more than a lot, James. It's every day.
So
every single.
Before we get into that, my favorite Spider-Man movie is probably Into the Spider-Verse. Or The Amazing Spider... No, but probably Into the Spider-Verse something. And Spider-Boy, or Iron Boy, it does not feel like a Spider-Man movie whatsoever, and I think you need to take this one.
Okay, so here's a disclaimer. My favourite Spider-Man film is Into the Spider-Verse. It's brilliant, the visuals, amazing, the story, the highest quality of any superhero film out there.
We just fist bumped.
Okay. However, Spider-Verse is the best one, all around. Spider-Man 2 is the second best. I will say that objectively, it's the second best.
Spider-Man 3.
However, my personal favorite live action Spider-Man film that I could just rewatch anytime and have the most fun with is Amazing Spider-Man 1. I love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. In the first film, listen, very clear here. You'll not talk about the second one. The second one in this
is
lovely
it Electro,
world.
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, it's Jamie Foxx's Electro. The second one does not exist in this universe. It's just the first one, and oh my god, it's mediocre. But it's I love watching it.
I'm inclined to say Spider-Man 3 is like one of the more like best live action ones to rewatch.
Oh yeah, of course.
Spider-Man like the dance scene.
Listen, James. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. Alright?
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Fucking hell. I'm not okay. That's the only Spider-Man 3 quote because otherwise I could keep him going forever. But you want help? Get religion. Throws him into a pane of glass.
Okay, so moving on to the new Spider-Man one. Have you seen the fake Green Goblin leak? Where someone's got the background of Deadpool. Do you know the scene where he's doing like the bullets? Where he's counting down the bullets in Deadpool 1.
Oh, yeah.
Someone took the background of that and photoshopped like a really shaky picture of Green Goblin onto it. What looks like a fucking fan edit. And going around saying it's a fucking leak.
Well, it looks like a fan edit. It is a fan edit.
Actually, that's
true. Like, the one I actually fell for was the Boss Logic poster, and I got that from Boss Logic.
You sent me that, didn't you?
Yeah, I know.
You sent me that.
I thought it was real, but the best part is I got that from Boss Logic's Twitter.
Oh, I fucking love Boss Logic though.
He's so good.
Like it may all not be real.
It may not be real, but it's brilliant.
It was real to me when you sent me that.
It's real to me.
When you sent me that, I thought, okay, this is probably bullshit because it's too like.
Well, see,
nice.
The only reason I thought it was real was because I saw a TikTok. I saw numerous TikToks of people going, "All right, don't go on any social media because there is an image going around of Spider-Man No Way Home, which is a very big like spoiler thing." I was like, I don't care about No Way Home. I think it's going to be one of the worst MCU films. I don't think it's going to be good. You're going to watch it in the cinema first time and be like, oh, that was alright, nice little Spider-Man, good to see the Tobey Maguire and stuff like that. And then you're going to rewatch it in like a month's time in a row with all the MCU films. And it's going to be, oh, fuck me, that was worse than Far From Home.
Can I give you my biggest fear? So my biggest fear for this Spider-Man movie is there's too many characters, too much fan service, where they're trying to appeal to that many people with that many, like, this is happening, this character's here, that it's gonna flop fucking massively when people are underwhelmed. You saw at the end of WandaVision, everyone thought Mephisto's gonna show up and create the multiverse. I reckon it's gonna be another one of them. It's another one of that situation, but like almost worse. Because I don't reckon...
No, James, listen, don't you know? Doctor Strange is not Doctor Strange, it's Mephisto.
Oh my god, I've seen that going around.
It's not Doctor Strange, it's Mephisto.
That is the best. I fucking love Twitter so much. I hate Twitter, we know. But what I was going around...
It's because they go, oh my god, guys, this character, he's got a red cape, and this is not something... This is out of character for Doctor Strange, therefore it's not a flaw. It's not a character flaw, it's not character regression. It's a different character entirely called Mephisto who shapeshifts. Like, fuck off. They ruined this character, simple as.
I love on YouTube you get like the people go in like deep dive theories, make a 20-minute video of 75 things you missed on the trailer, and they're like, so Spider-Man's wearing red to symbolize his connection with the devil when he goes to hell when he meets Mephisto. I think that one. I love them.
See, they have to do Mephisto. I think they're going to do Mephisto after they bring the X-Men in, because when they bring the X-Men in, they're probably going to bring Nightcrawler in, and Nightcrawler is a relative to Mephisto.
Nightcrawler's
I can't. Nightcrawler's my favorite X-Men, and I can't remember if he's his nephew, his grandson, or his son. I do not know. No, he's his grandson because it goes Mephisto, Azrael, Nightcrawler.
Because isn't WandaVision's dad fucking the magnetic cunt?
Magneto.
No, that's him. Oh my god. I just lost.
That's Scarlet Witch's dad, but fucking, it's not in the MCU. So
it's a weird universe. Let's pray they don't fuck up X-Men there.
Let's pray that they just go, you know what, we're ending the MCU, but before we do that, we're gonna throw out Armor Wars and Moon Knight, and then that's it. And then we're gonna make them good.
Moon Knight.
We're actually gonna make Moon Knight good. Hopefully. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. You know, you have Deadpool 3 and Blade. The new Blade film, let's be real, that's going to be shit. It's PG-13.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The new Blade film's going to be PG-13. They've already stated that, which it's going to be shit. Moon Knight, however, and the reason they're doing that is because, you know, we got cinemas.
Oscar Isaac, yeah.
Yeah, well, with that. So the reason they're making Blade PG-13 is because you have cinemas, and you release it in cinemas, then only people who are over the age of 13 can watch. Bigger audience, bigger MCU, family, whatever. If you, however, release it on Disney Plus only, such as what they're doing with Moon Knight, since it's a series, since, you know, they don't put a series into cinemas, otherwise I would be showing Friends every other week. So yeah, they Moon Knight is only going into Disney Plus, which means that they don't have to do the PG-13 thing, since they could do it full 18 or plus, and as long as it's someone who's 18 plus paying for the account, anyone can watch it. Even if they're like 2 years old. So yeah, they could make Moon Knight an 18, and I wish they do.
I'm praying that Blade, as a PG-13, is not as bad as it sounds, but I know it's going to be either cringy, really, really underwhelming, but it's going to be great because it's PG-13.
Listen, James, it's because it's the MCU, and they got this thing where it's like, oh, we have to have our really funny moments, like in Black Widow, where like, oh yes, all my organs were torn out. Yeah, they're describing like the painful procedure of getting all their internal not all the internal organs, but like, all their womanly parts ripped out of them, so that way they don't have any hormones, so they don't have to go after anyone, shit like that. At like a very, very young age, like below 10, which is fucking...
That was dark.
That is dark. But the MCU, they go, oh no, let's play it off as a joke. So he goes, yeah, they did. Have you seen Black Widow?
He goes, oh, they ripped out my... Oh,
they ripped out my organs.
I don't know how periods.
I was like, oh no, don't tell me that. That was not Russian, but...
They did turn it into a massive joke.
They did. They turned... And they do with the everything of the MCU. Drax is the biggest contender. Drax is the biggest...
Drax is downplayed.
Drax is the worst MCU character of all time. Mainly because not only is he annoying to watch, even if... is a completely original character and Drax wasn't overpowered in the comics and the series being, I would still hate him because he's just not funny, he's just not good at all. He doesn't do anything, he's just there for comic relief. Yeah. Drax in the comics, he 1v1 Thanos with all the Infinity Stones and won and thrashed his ass. Mm-hmm. Drax in the comics 1v1's everyone. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. Drax in the MCU, he can't even go against fucking Ronan.
They've massively underplayed him. I think the actor's good. But I want to scoot back to Spider-Man here. I want to ask you a question on this. There is a rumour going around that this is Tom Holland's last MCU shared movie. But he's going in the Spider-Verse now with Venom, Morbius, shit like that. What's your opinion on that?
That's a fucking lie. They're going to extend his contract. If this is his final thing in his contract, they're well going to extend it. Because otherwise, the Spider-Man in the MCU would have been very short-lived and just a waste of any sort of potential that they found at the bottom of the flask. Because there is no potential there. But let's say there is like a little bit on the rim. They're gonna be like, oh nah, don't need it. It's a small amount. No one's gonna care. Well, people do care because people are idiots and they think MCU Spider-Man's good and they think No Way Home. they think. The No Way Home trailer looks good.
Kieran's based. I like the No Way Home trailer. I'm a fan. Before we move on from Spider-Man, what's the one thing you want to see in the new one?
New Spider-Man film.
See, end. The credits.
I was thinking about, how can I say this where it just doesn't exist? But no, my favourite part's probably going to be how they're going to use Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And because the way they have, obviously the way MCU Spider-Man works is, he has to have a mentor at all times, otherwise he's worthless.
That's fine. We've never seen him solo his own fucking movie.
Well, what about Far From Home? He didn't have Iron Man. No, but he had the glasses and Mysterio.
I've never seen
father figure. Happy with his father was his father figure. Nick Fury was his father figure. You had everyone there.
I will give you that. I've never seen like a Tom Holland like an independent movie. For example, if you're looking at Andrew Garfield or someone, Tobey Maguire, where it's like you see him trying to balance their life with this, but he's lonely. He's got rent overdue. He's in a shit job. This is about a teenage boy in a very, very rich household. With a hot stepmom.
And the thing is, the thing is that people say, oh well, yeah, well the other two characters either had father figures, Uncle Ben, who died, which means they don't count since they're not there for the thing. Uncle Ben isn't even in the MCU.
I've actually got
Uncle Ben's not even in the MCU, so what's the point? And also, oh well, they're both adults. Why would they need a father figure when they're adults? Andrew Garfield's not an adult. He's the same age in canon. He's the same age as Tom Holland, and he's in a much worse position, and yet he is killing it in Amazing Spider-Man 1. Yep. Amazing Spider-Man 2, different story, but
can I give you the worst theory I've seen for No Way Home? I mean, far from what's it called? No Way Home. I've seen so far. The reason we haven't seen Uncle Ben yet because Tobey Maguire is the Uncle Ben, but as like this universe. See, that's the worst theory.
See, that's not even a No Way Home theory. That's been floating around before Far From Home. I've seen that before from Far From Home. Yeah, I saw the theory before Far From Home came out.
Tobey Maguire is actually to be the Uncle Ben of the MCU because he played Spider-Man in his previous life.
No. I wouldn't mind it. I feel like it's a bit of a cheap one, but like
no, because this is
shit.
Because in Spider-Man, he was too old to play the role. He looked way too old to play a teenager.
It was funny though.
Yeah. And then, if he becomes Uncle Ben, what, is Uncle Ben, like, 30 now? I mean, I know Aunt May is, like, what, pushing 20? But bloody Uncle Ben's... Oh, my God.
I think Spider-Man Lost Cause. Okay, moving on from Spider-Man, I'm going to go into one more film. The Suicide Squad.
Oh, that was such a breath of fresh air after seeing repetitive MCU shit after repetitive MCU shit after repetitive MCU shit after repetitive DCEU shit. Fuck the Snyder Cut. That's my take. And then
Kieran, 16 minutes in and
that's all I'm gonna say about the Snyder Cut.
We'll leave Snyder Cut, but
yeah.
Do you know the detachable kid?
Yeah.
He's been confirmed alive by James Gunn.
Well, yeah, I know because if you look,
it's normal. Yeah.
In the actual film, and when they panel over,
he's alive.
Yeah, they don't say he died. It says MIA, missing in action.
I want to see it.
You don't see him dead, and everyone just thinks, he bled out or something.
Yeah,
but no.
I want to see a TDK and Weasel team up movie.
TDK is probably going to make an appearance in the Peacemaker film, in the Peacemaker series.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not looking forward to that.
It's James Gunn and John Cena doing Peacemaker.
Did
you like his character in the film?
I fucking loved it. I think
then
the movie.
You probably will.
I probably will love it, but I've got no hype for it at the moment because I haven't seen. I need to see material. It's like someone saying to me, "Oh yeah, someone's making a Star Wars movie, but it's actually good." Okay, cool. I need to see material first.
Well, no, but you have the material. You have the Suicide Squad. That's the material.
But I need a trailer.
It's gonna be this. Okay, it's gonna be the same tone, the same theme as the Suicide Squad, just as a series, and with Peacemaker being the main character.
Do you reckon he's got the budget? That's a fucking stupid question, but do you reckon he's been given the budget?
He's got Warner Bros. Backing him. Fucking yes, he does.
What's Warner Bros' problem? They love James Gunn, but treat Zack Snyder like the little problem middle child?
It's because he is a problem middle child. He reads The Killing Joke and watches the 1989 Batman film, and that's all he knows on the entire DC. And he goes, "Oh, you know what? I can make a film about that."
I want to see the second Snyder film and the third one. I
don't want to see any more Snyder films.
I reckon.
No, because the only Snyder films I've watched are the DCU ones and the Army of the Dead, the Netflix film. And I thought all of them were shocking. I hated all of them. Batman vs Superman is somehow the best DCEU film that Zack Snyder has made. Because Shazam exists and Wonder Woman exists. And Wonder Woman 1984, it was shit, but it's better than all the Snyder films.
Can we both admit that the best DC movie is Suicide Squad and Shazam?
Well, the 2016 one, yeah. No, the best one is...
friends are heathens, take it slow.
Oh, that was my biggest gripe about the Suicide Squad, that it didn't have heathens in it.
I expected...
I really wanted heathens to play, and then Robert Duvall go, "Hey, turn that shit off now." I was like, "Oh,
I feel like the soundtrack was perfect for that. Like, it's James Gunn. I'm not sure if you've seen Cruella.
Cruella, no.
No, okay, so the soundtrack in that was like, imagine 60s, 70s, 80s hits with Queen, stuff like that.
So like the Suicide Squad was.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, this is edgy because it's cool, this song's cool. It was like a mixtape of your nan's greatest hits. And,
nan's greatest hits.
And I fucking love that. But it did not fit the theme of the movie. And that's why I love James Gunn. He had Johnny Cash in there, I think Grandad. Grandson, not Grandad.
You had K-Flay.
The one who made other people who died. God, I listened to them.
It's the ones,
It's on my playlist.
Yeah, I know. It's the Fratellis.
No.
Is it Fratellis?
No, I'm talking about something else. The Fratellis, yeah, they're on there.
Yeah, they're on there.
With I'm seeing him live. Why is it gone me? This is a music channel. Why is it gone from me?
What is it called? Street Dan, the guy who did I don't wanna do
So
your
if you're
dirty work.
lonely, why'd you say you're not lonely?
That's the Fratelli's one, isn't it?
The Jim Carroll band. They're the one who made Jenny was when 12 years old. Fell
one.
from the roof on each 2-9. Bobby got leukemia.
My favourite, honestly, wait there, before I get into this next point about the soundtrack, you know the meme on TikTok where it's like, or like the Big Chungus, wait there, this does actually connect, by the way. You know, it's all like the Big Chungus with the Shaggy memes, it's got the old blood in the water, what you got, yeah, that's Grandson. That song is Grandson. So Grandson made, they made Oh No, which is, oh no.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they made that one.
So they're actually kind of popular.
Yeah, they made that one years ago, and they put that in the film as like the film song because it's in the credits, it's in all the trailers, and then they actually made a song for the film, Rain, and that's the third best song in the film. And my personal favorite one is Can't Sleep by K-Fly, and that's just put me on a mad K-Fly binge recently. I've been listening to
Which scene was that in?
That was the dance club scene.
Oh,
where Peacemaker was doing his little dad moves.
Oh, and Polka Dot Man.
Me. That dude, Peacemaker is me in the club.
I love Polka Dot. Can I please? I'm going to overlay some videos. Can I please
I'm a superhero.
Kieran, can I please overlay the video of you dancing in the club?
You know what? Yeah, we're like Peacemaker next to it. No. I did that because Snoop Dogg was on. Snoop Dogg's playing, so you do the Snoop Dogg dance. I thought you were gonna do the one where I was like moving my feet that we did in Manchester.
That's like, to be fair, there will be a dancing video, Kieran, at some point.
Yeah, there will. There's already one.
No, I mean on there.
Oh yeah.
But I think one of the best DC movies.
And I think the soundtrack for the Suicide Squad really is okay. The original 2016 Suicide Squad. I'm gonna say this now. I'm not sure if it's controversial. The soundtrack was brilliant. I love the
soundtrack. Was brilliant. Yeah.
If you take the songs on their own, I love each and every song that was used in the film. But in the film's context and the way they were using the films was shocking. It was terrible. It didn't fit it at all. You had Seven Nation Army playing during the dress up scene, and then it had the Harley Quinn sexualization with like her in a bra getting her pants on, but whatever. And then instantly cuts to Eminem, and then finishes the scene. It's like, what was the point?
You know what pissed me off about the original one with music? It fucking spoon-fed you what was going on. So when Amanda Waller came on, Sympathy for the Devil came on by the Rolling Stones, saying she's the devil. Yeah, it's the most spoon-fed fucking shit I've seen. That's why I love the new one, because literally, you just go into it, it's like, okay, we're the Suicide Squad, some nice music in the background, doesn't need these are the good guys, the bad guys.
And then during the like I said, the Eminem, the part where Eminem plays, it's actually my favourite Eminem song.
Which one?
Without Me.
Oh shit.
And that song's basically saying, oh yeah, we're controversial, we're not good people, we do bad shit, but we're gonna do something.
What was the deal with the fucking marketing with the original? It was so edgy. Like it acted. Also, I've got an Eminem vinyl. That's why. Like, I don't know why.
Well, what's that?
I've got like 3. I've got Kamikaze vinyl.
Oh my god! But yeah, they had Deadshot, which was ruined in it. I do not like the Will Smith's Deadshot.
I like the Will Smith's Deadshot.
Listen, it's if they made it its own character with its own name and its own gimmick, and it was just completely own thing, then I would like the character. I'd say it's the best part about the film.
I reckon he works.
But giving the title Deadshot, giving him the costume Deadshot, and giving him the whole Deadshot's abilities is ass, because that is not Deadshot at all. Deadshot would murk Amanda Waller. Well, no, he wouldn't. He's in the part of the source. What am I saying? Deadshot would not give 2 fucks about anyone apart from Harley Quinn because he fucked her in the comics.
I think that Deadshot would be a great solo series, and if there had to be one character who I would have wanted to see who wasn't in the new one,
Killer Croc.
It would have been a cameo from Deadshot. Also, can we talk about how fucked they done Killer Croc dirty?
Oh,
they done him dirty.
Day. Listen, every time I talk to my brothers or dad about Killer Croc, which is quite often because I like my Killer Croc talks.
Your Killer Croc talks?
I like Killer Croc. I like Bane and Scarecrow and Deadshot more, and Red Hood more. They're all better villains. But Killer Croc is, he's a good one.
Speaking of Scarecrow, do you know the trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy?
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy's. So you told me that.
Yeah, it's Killian. Not Cillian.
Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow was one of my favourite characters who I always want to see more of. Because I imagine, I know that you got like a Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. That was Joaquin Phoenix. That was a great solo movie. I'd love a Cillian Murphy one. I imagine how fucking cool that would be.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. Cillian Murphy was a good Scarecrow. I'm not sure about bringing him back. Maybe get someone else to take on the mantle of Scarecrow.
Oh no, I think
see if you're getting good actor. I don't know any actors on hand or on brain that I could just say, he could do Scarecrow.
Actually, there is someone from the. You've seen the movie 1917?
Yeah.
Yes, I think
the main character.
Yeah, I think someone young, someone who just looks.
Him, yeah.
Yeah, I think
he probably could. Like someone like mid-20s.
Mid-20s, really fucking skinny.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Skinny, pale, yeah.
I think for my eventually like solo Batman villain movies or DC villain movies, I'd love. We'll talk about yours in a minute.
Oh no, not mine. No, it's just a suggestion.
I'd love to see a Mr. Freeze.
Oh yes, that'd be a good one.
Harley Quinn and
we've already got the Harley Quinn one,
and
it's the worst. Actually, no, we've already got the Harley Quinn, and it is the worst DCU film.
I hate you. So Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Cause have you seen the animated show?
Yeah, I love the animated show.
So good, isn't it?
Bane is the best character. Oh, I will blow you up, chicken shot, eh?
But Bane
is based in the show. Bane is actually based. Like, his whole, because in the comics he's got his old pit thing where he throws his goons in the pit and they live there in cells and shit like that, and he brings them out when
I hated Tom Hardy's Bane.
In the animated show you have the pit, but it's actually a rehabilitation centre, and he goes down there and Killer Croc's painting his anger away. I paused it down and went, that's fucking based. Bane is based.
I love that.
This is what Arkham could never be.
I do like what they've done with half of it, Harley Quinn. Also, Poison Ivy's been rumours that if there was a second Suicide Squad, not rumours, but fan casts a Poison Ivy with Scarlett Johansson, because she's kind of fucked off with Marvel.
And she's a bit ginger.
They shafted her out. They pretty much shafted her.
I've still got to do research on that. Because it's like a whole thing with it's them putting it on Disney Plus. That's why the box office went down. So she was like, because she was thinking, like even though all the other shit's come on Disney Plus, she was basically thinking, well, my one's not gonna be on Disney Plus, even though Disney was saying, no, it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Damn, Scarlett, don't you follow IGN?
Scarlett's fucking stupid. I'm gonna say that. This whole situation's stupid. You've earned millions off a film. Shut up and take the money.
It's just, to be fair, you can kind of see she was shafted out of it. If she's a big Hollywood
if she read the contract and actually listened with her ears, she'd been like, you know what, it actually is on Disney Plus. I should realise that. Because it was in the contract. Disney marketed it on Disney Plus everywhere. So why did she complain months after? Literal months after.
I don't reckon Marvel actors read contracts, to be fair. I think, money.
Yeah, to be fair, Robert Downey Jr., he's making bank off the MCU. Like, he earns 2% or more off every single MCU film.
Oh my god.
Even if he's not in it, even though he's no longer in the MCU at all, he's still earning money from it.
Is he doing has he got a merchandising stake? Because if he does, if he has, because he plays the character, even if he only has 10% of what they earn on like toys of Iron Man and shit, pops, whatever. He's gonna be fucking earning loads.
Dude, he is he will be one of the richest.
Then why do you reckon he don't do little?
He's just bored.
That's true. To be fair, imagine being that bored.
Iron Man just died. He's like, fuck. Yeah, sure, on board. Whatever.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is probably one of the best comeback stories.
Oh, 100%. He is the definition of actor redemption.
I fucking love him for that though, and he plays the role of.
He came from such a shitty place from his early acting career. He did Sherlock. I like Sherlock.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. And I'm not sure if that was during or after his whole situation, but he came from a really shitty situation that he put himself into. And he came back. He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna clean myself up. I'm gonna do Iron Man 1, I'm going to get my name out there, and I'm just going to pop off." And he popped off hard. He's one of the most, if not the most known actors in the world.
One of the best films of all time.
Iron
Tropic
Man 1.
Thunder. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, Iron Man 1's the best MCU thing, so yeah.
You think that's the best MCU movie of all time?
Yes, it is. It's either that or First Avenger.
I reckon for the Dark World or Age of Ultron on my... No.
See, you say that as a joke, but I actually love Age of Ultron. It's
Age
of Ultron.
I like Age of Ultron.
Age
it's
of
a really
Ultron.
fun movie.
I think Age of Ultron is my favourite Avengers film.
It's one of the best Avengers movies. People give it slack.
It's better than 1, Endgame, and Infinity War for me. I prefer it because I love Ultron. Ultron is so good. The character.
Ultron. I haven't seen the comic version of Ultron, but I feel like he was great for what he's done.
Yeah, because in the comics, Ultron was created by Hank Pym.
Oh shit.
Hank Pym is not a fucking good guy. He's one of the smartest people in the universe, but he's also one of the fucking biggest dicks and assholes ever.
We also saw him in the newest episode, the episode before on the What If.
Yeah,
that
was a good episode.
That is one of the best episodes. Fury's big week. He goes around. He kills all the Avengers.
Yeah.
I think when he kills the Hulk and he just explodes.
I had to pause that and rewind it because I was not focusing when I was watching the episode. So I was like, wait, what the I turned my head and Hulk just like big boy and just pop. I'm like, where did that come from? And I go back. I was like, maybe we shot with something. Maybe something happened. Then I go back. I was like, no, he just popped. He just got bigger and popped. So throughout the entire episode, I thought it was Loki killing them.
Same.
Yeah, and then Hank Pym comes out. I'm like,
oh shit! Yeah.
The thing is, the thing that makes me seem the most stupid out of all. I saw a spoiler on What If before I watched the episode saying Hank Pym killed them all, and then I watched the episode thinking Loki killed them all.
To be fair, you gotta admit, What If has been one of the best Marvel.
It fucking hasn't. Episode 1. It was.
You didn't let me finish. Oh. I think it's been one of the best animated Marvel series you've had. For basically episode 1, I felt it fucking underwhelmed me.
Had since when?
Oh god.
Because let's say this: if we're talking about in general, What If's one of the worst animated series Marvel have done. Because you have the original X-Men, that is brilliant. You have the original Spider-Man, that was brilliant.
That is brilliant.
You have the Amazing the second Spider-Man series in the 80s, that was brilliant. Alright, you had the Ultimate Spider-Man, Web Warriors, that was brilliant. You had Spectacular Spider-Man, that was brilliant.
They are quite good for shows.
Yeah.
So, the first episode was really underwhelming because they followed it to a fucking T, the Captain America storyline.
And they played it so safe. Captain America turns to Iron Man and he could become the Winter Soldier? No. No, he doesn't. He actually comes back in the Iron Man suit later on. That's
why when the second episode came and it changed it all up, oh my god, the Ravagers and Wakanda, I fucking love that.
Oh, it was boring.
Oh.
It was boring, I didn't like it.
I loved it.
Oh, you had episode 1, it was...
Thanos was good in it.
1, okay, so far my tier list goes 3's the best, 2's the second best, 1's the worst.
I haven't seen 4 yet.
1 is...
One's a 5 out of 10.
1 is a 4 out of 10.
It's watchable.
2 is a 5 out of 10 because, oh my god, you know the character when Star-Lord gets the Infinity Stone in the first one.
Yeah.
And he has a back and forth banter saying, my name's Star-Lord. What? Who is Star-Lord? It's like, come on, man, it's my name. Him, yeah.
Yeah.
They've ruined him. He was like, oh my god, Star-Lord, I'm your biggest fan, we're best friends.
Well, that was the point because
but
it was the opposite of our Peter Quill, who's like, no one knows, he thinks he's the best, but he's actually a bit of a dickhead, no one knows him.
Yeah, but that's a good story arc.
That's why it's good to show different ones.
I know, but the way they did the new one, it's like, T'Challa, I loved T'Challa. T'Challa was the best part about the episode because Chadwick Boseman, brilliant actor, he put on the best performance ever.
It's kind of sad
to say that was his last performance. I'm okay with that because that was a brilliant performance. He went off on a phenomenal note.
He's a good voice actor.
He is a brilliant voice actor. He's the only MCU casting actor who actually has a good voice. He was good at voice acting.
Loki's fucking shit. Bruce Banner. To be fair, What If? I'm surprised in like it
Nick Fury's alright because
Nick Fury's got some good stuff.
Samuel L. Jackson does a lot of voice acting.
I love Samuel L. Jackson and anything with Samuel L. Jackson in I love, and that's why I like
Pulp Fiction.
What's that?
I don't know, some film.
Oh, never heard of it before. But that's the reason why I kind of like Captain Marvel, because I fucking love the Nick Fury kind of backstory type of thing.
See, Captain Marvel isn't he? I used to say Captain Marvel was my least favourite Marvel film, and then I rewatched Far From Home, and then I watched Black Widow, and now it goes Captain Marvel's my third least favourite, then it's Far From Home, that's Black Widow. Black Widow's awful.
I really enjoy Captain Marvel, I don't think it's in my bottom 5 anymore. I generally think. So,
Also, one more thing before we move off from superheroes forever.
Actually, we've got one more superhero thing to talk about.
Wait there. Black Widow's intro song, Smells Like Teen Spirit, the cover of it was the worst cover I have ever heard in the history of music.
Someone's finally fucking said it, thank you.
I've said this since I watched the film, that is the worst cover ever. I put that on my story, I put that everywhere. It is the worst cover ever, and I will say that till the end of time.
TikTok raves about it.
It's so boring, it's so monotone, there's no pump, it doesn't pump you up like Smells. Teen Spirit is like a pump, it's an anthem, it's a grunge teenage anthem. The new one,
sounds like a TikTok song.
When the lights out, it's less dangerous. That's exactly how it goes throughout the entire film. It doesn't have any high highs, no low lows.
What pisses me off?
No fasts, no slows. Just that the entire.
What pissed me off was everyone saying how deep and complex the intro was. No, that's basic level. Just shut up. Go away. Go home.
Oh, and then the worst part about the film wasn't even the bloody in the cover. It was the name drop. The certain name drop they did of the red thing did of the Red Guardian. I can't remember the blonde woman's name. What's her name?
Christia Allegra, the one from Captain.
The Black Widow one, the Natasha's sister. I don't know Natasha's sister's name in universe. What's her name?
I don't fucking know.
Natasha's sister calls the Red Guardian Crimson Dynamo, who is an Iron Man villain, and he's my favourite Iron Man villain. I love him so much. He's brilliant. And they just name drop him as one of the characters calls Red Guardian. What are you, the Crimson Dynamo? I'm thinking, if that's the Crimson Dynamo, I'm killing myself. Fuck me.
Woo! He's finally made a death threat on the podcast. It's a running theme.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, it only took me 36 minutes.
36 minutes. Okay. So MODOK, have you seen it?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
I love it. It's good, isn't it? It's like Robot Chicken.
No, it is same people who made Robot Chicken.
It's like Honey. You haven't seen it yet, but Honey, she took the kids. It's so funny. It's like you've all seen MODOK, this fucking badass villain.
Not really badass. He's like a baby in a wheelchair that flies.
But in this
he's a
one,
grown man with a big head.
In this one, he's just like fucking with a wife. He's got a kid. He's obsessed with TikTok. His wife's a social media influencer.
My favorite character in the show is bloody what's his name, Craig, the AIM soldier with one arm. He's so funny. And then you have the Adaptoid, which is Justin Hammer's Adaptoid, and it's meant to I can copy all the Avengers and do everything they can do but better. It's basically like Robot Taskmaster. But then it's like
you're my toaster.
You're my toaster. You're my blender. It's like I can be much more than a toaster, Dad.
Do you know it gets worse as the series goes on?
Does it actually get worse?
No, I mean for him. The series gets better.
God,
the series gets way better.
Some on the second episode. Is it the second or the third one where you have where where MODOK like listens to his daughters to is like bloody disabled. Well, I say disabled. No, he's no, I can't. You know how MODOK's in his little flying chair? Well, she's also in a flying chair because it's MODOK's daughter. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. She's helping him, be very passive aggressive to other people, so that way they think he's a boss or whatever. So they submit to him and he can become big AIM guy again because he he lost all his budget fighting Iron Man.
Google. It's like the fucking Google ripoff comes and takes them over. Yo, MODOK, I'm such a massive fan. No, but I'm gonna say like a 10-second thing about one of my favourite episodes of no spoilers. The plot is he finds a crew to rob Iron Man's suit or something, or rob something very important. I can't remember what. Sorry, rob Avengers Tower. It's such a fucking good episode.
That's the second one, isn't it? Where they
No, it's in the episode, but it's such a fucking funny episode because he gets like demoted as like a league villain, like this little riffraff. But MODOK, I think it's good. That's all to it. I'd watch it. I'd watch a second season. It's not critically acclaimed. 100%. Okay, so we've had our little nerd binge.
Oh, that's all the nerd stuff I've got.
Fucking hell, the amount of virginity. It's crawling through us.
You look. I'm giving you one of my many virginities, James. You've got it back now.
That's my Frank Turner signed print.
I don't care.
Let me be a minute. I'm picking up my Frank Turner signed print.
It's on the floor, James. No one's gonna step on it.
What if someone does that? Okay. Okay. Speaking of Frank Turner, let's talk about music. Okay. Donda. Have you had it?
No.
You haven't had Donda?
No. I've been too busy listening to Den sessions.
Donda's good though.
I don't care. It's Kanye West. It's not good.
Okay, so Donda, there's a bit of controversy going around because the beginning song is Donda, 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 and it.
You mean an album hype intro?
Maybe I'm gonna pause it and show you it because I'll get copyrighted. Okay, we're wrong again.
Guys, it legit says Donda over and over again. We can't play the audio, but you have to believe us.
Do you know what it is?
What?
It's his dead mother's heartbeat as she dies.
Oh my god.
That is fucking. That is.
No way.
Yep.
When did his mum pass?
So his mum's called Donda.
Yeah.
This entire album is a eulogy to his dead mother.
Oh.
And people are rating it out of 10. Speaking of which, it's an 8 out of 10. But Donda, and fucking hell, he's got that. Got a woman say her name over and over again. Donda.
No, but when did she pass?
10 years ago, I think.
Oh, okay.
It massively fucked up his music. Do you know how she passed? She basically, Kanye blames himself because she died from like plastic surgery, and he thinks if he was never got famous, he wouldn't have been rich enough to get it, and she would have lived. That's why he blames himself.
It's not on Kanye.
He blames. So
he blames himself, but it's not on him.
The album's finally out, and you know what Universal done? What? Universal released the album without yes.
Because there was issues with the baby being with a certain the baby track, because there was a track on it where the baby was in it, and they had issues with it. I don't know why they had issues.
Have you heard the track?
No.
I'm not gonna play you it.
No.
The track consists of Kanye West, the baby, and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I know. I saw.
Have you heard it? No.
I've not heard it, but I knew they were all.
So Marilyn Manson's on
Jail Part 2, isn't it?
Yes, Jail Part 1's my favourite on the album, along with Moon. But Jail Part 2 is fucking ass. It's a skip. My friend Connor Bailey, you know Connor Bailey, don't you?
I don't know Connor Bailey. No.
So he skips it as well. It's one of the worst songs on there because fuck the baby and fuck Marilyn Manson. But it was just basically he was rapping about why he shouldn't be cancelled. The baby.
Oh, okay.
It should not. He shouldn't have been on it, and whatever he's doing.
Wait, I find that funny because that's so you have a trio, 2 rappers and a and a rock guy, and then that's leading me into. I'm not sure if you want to talk. Okay, you finish talk about Donda first, and then I'll bring up this point later because it's like sort of transitions into the later topic.
Okay, so Donda, it's a good album. People hating on it, saying, "Oh, it's just Astas." It's a eulogy to his mother. People have pains on music.
Yeah,
I think it's one of my favorite.
See, I didn't know it was a eulogy. So on my story on Twitter, I only did this once on Twitter, but I've been saying, "Oh, fuck Donda, listen to this instead."
Yeah, because
I've said that. Saying, "Oh, fuck Donda, I'm listening to this instead," which is another new album that came out.
Is it Drake's new album?
It's Drake's new album, yeah. No, it's not.
Oh my god.
It's not.
Have you seen Drake's new album cover?
No. It's better than a... no.
No.
I'm not
okay,
saying.
so Donda...
The black screen.
Oh yeah, okay, I think that the black screen was literally just released because, you know, Universal couldn't do anything, so they literally just fucking pumped it out.
I reckon there will be enough day for it, but...
Oh, 100%, I wish. This is the Drake new album cover.
Is it just 9 pregnant emojis of, like, all different colours?
9 pregnant emojis.
Oh, it's so based. It's based. No, it's because pregnancy's okay, James.
Pregnancy's okay.
Pregnancy
yeah, guys,
okay.
Normalise pregnancy.
Can we normalise pregnancy, please? Because...
For men. So, Kieran, go on, what are you going to say? Because Marilyn Manson, boo.
Okay, so we have 2 rappers and a rocker.
Yeah.
A rockhead. A metalhead, if you will. And... that kind of reminds me of another band that I listen to, which is heavily rock-based and heavily rap-based.
Who are they?
A little small band, American band called Linkin Park.
Okay, guys, I'm going to take the podcast. See you in a bit. Okay, continue.
Linkin Park is actually good, James. Alright?
I disagree.
Oh, everyone does for some reason. Listen, Linkin Park, I've listened to them for years. Alright? I've listened to them since I was a wee babe. That's not true.
A wee...
First time I listened to Linkin Park was when I was 5. Brilliant. Loved
I'm
it.
not a fan of the music, but you always feel for what happened with Spencer Bennett and the band.
Spencer Bennett, you mean Chester?
Oh, shit.
Chester Bennington. What's Spencer Bennett, you dickhead?
Oh my fucking god. I'm keeping this in, I'm horrible.
You're horrible,
I thought it was Spencer Bennett.
No, it's Chester Bennington, you idiot.
I think I know someone called Spencer Bennett.
You probably do. Oh my. Either way, James, you know what? You're a cunt, and that's that. But Linkin Park, I love it. And recently they've released last December they released a 20th year Hybrid Theory, not remaster, but complete and auto.
Yeah.
A fantastic re-release of an album, because you have the original album and
is it remastered or remixed?
No,
or just...
wait, let me get to it. So original Hybrid Theory, you had a bunch of songs, all of which fucking bang, slap hard. I can't listen to them or the Meteor album without bopping my head and singing. And then a few years later, or well, the next year, they released the deluxe version of the album with High Voltage on it, in which that's like a kind of cluster of not all of them, but it's got elements as long as its own stuff. And then in 2001, they released an album called Reanimation. And what they did was they got a bunch of different people from the time, even including Motion Man, if you know him.
I've heard of the name.
Yeah, they got Motion Man, a bunch of other people, a bunch of big names in the industry, and they got them to remix every single song.
That is fucking cool.
And they all slap. Like
What's the
Motion
album called?
Reanimation.
I'll check it out.
And you've got the Motion Man remix of In the End, and it slaps. It's not as good as the original, but it does slap. And then recently, I'm not sure if they did this. Yeah, and then recently they did the 2020 or the 20th anniversary Hybrid Theory album, and that's the original album. The original album with so you got the original album, then you've got High Voltage from the deluxe, then you've got Reanimation mixed in there as well. And the way if you look on Spotify, it labels it each instead of it being a big list, it labels it as like disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, disc 4.
That's cool.
Because Linkin Park basically, until Spotify came out, only did CDs.
They have a massive discography though.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
And then they've got so then you've got disc 1, which is the deluxe edition with high voltage on. Disc 2, which is Reanimation, so this 3 times now. And then you've got this, and then it's a bunch of other ones where it's even more remixes. And then you've got covers, which people did at the Chester Bennington
so it's
Memorial.
got covers for people.
Because years ago, when Chester Bennington died back in 2017, you had a big ass, just completing a massive concert festival, whatever you will, multiple concerts around all of America, the world, where numerous artists and bands did covers of Linkin Park songs as memorial. In memory, yeah.
That is so fucking wholesome.
And my personal favourite one is Adam Gontier, which was the lead singer of 3 Days Grace, which was a Canadian band which was inspired by Hybrid Theory. He did a cover of one of the Linkin Park songs. I think it's Pushing You Away, and it's phenomenal. Again, not as better as because no one could sing. I'll say this now and will always forever. No one could sing like Chester Bennington. He's so brilliant. He's a brilliant vocal artist. The way he screams and just sings. There's so many different ways he does his music, and if you listen to Hybrid Theory, he's got some singing in there, but a lot of it is just screaming, guttural, primal screaming.
And you need to have a fucking voice for that.
Yeah.
Anyone can go but no one can go
the way he does it. Yeah. And then you have the later ones, such as Hunting Party. That one's sort of like a transition from the old Linkin Park to the newer one. With the newer ones, that's ones where you've got, my brain's going here. You got songs like Heavy. I'm not sure if you've listened to it. I
probably heard loads of them. But I'm horrible with names of like a song.
You've got one called Heavy. You've got one called One More Light. One More Light was actually the song he did before he killed himself. That was the last song he ever did, and if you listen to the song, it's very apparent why it's very apparent that he did have depression, and that like a lot of people just listened to the song and didn't even know. Like there's a video of him 3 hours before he killed himself, him downstairs with his family, like playing with his daughters, playing with his wife and stuff like that, with like sweets and stuff. You know, like pretending to be a jelly bear, a gummy bear, and he's like playing with his daughters, and then 3 hours later he offed himself.
Fucking hell. The story behind him, like I know I diss the music.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do.
It's not my taste. For example, you asked for it to be played at a gaff, not gaff music.
Well, it depends which song it is. It depends which song, because again, they do a lot of different songs.
Actually, you could argue that because my cams I used to use like gaffs and they're fucking depressing. But to be fair, I'll listen to more Linkin Park. I think that's my one resolution from this podcast.
Yeah. I think you'll prefer the newer ones.
The story, what you just told me there, like, because all I knew was he killed himself. The band, edgy music. The more I've heard, the more I've realised, right, this is deeper than it goes. I'll check that out. So what's your favourite album of all time? That doesn't mean necessarily Linkin Park, but in general.
So to continue from earlier, the 20th anniversary, it has the original High Voltage, Reanimation, even more remixes, and then it has demo versions of all the Hybrid Theory songs, and then you have remixes of the demo versions, and then even earlier demo versions. So if you've been someone like me, who's been listening to In the End for years, or someone like my dad, who's been listening to In the End since it came out, then listening to the demo cut, you think you start singing and you go, oh shit, that's different, and you just realise it instantly. It's so good, and it is. If it was a CD, there's about 12 discs worth on it, in the one album.
Fucking hell.
That's how much content's in it.
And it must be worth it for a fan, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely worth it for a fan.
I wear my Linkin Park t-shirt with pride. Not right now, but when I wear it.
Instead he's wearing his Hello Kitty Vorkink t-shirt.
Yeah, not my grey Adidas t-shirt.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then it used to be whenever someone asked me what my favourite album was of all time, I used to say, oh, Linkin Park Meteora, because that's the one I grew up with, that's the one I listen to the most, that's the one I listen to the most currently, and that's a safe pick. There's our albums, because you have, the way if you would say favourite song, or favourite artist, or favourite album, it's such a hard thing to say, because I've got my favourite artist, my favourite band is Linkin Park, my favourite song by Linkin Park is Papercut, but there's songs that I like that aren't by Linkin Park that I like better than Papercut. And that's the thing, because you think, oh, my favourite band is Linkin Park, my favourite Linkin Park song is Papercut, oh, my favourite song must be Papercut. It's not. It's not. It definitely isn't. I don't know my favourite song. There is no
Gregorian chants.
Gregorian chants. 3 hours of Gregorian chants at 432 hertz, 3 hours of healing music. That's my favourite. The fact that I've typed that into the Discord so many times that I know the title off my head.
I love that though. I think favourite album, favourite song, stuff like that. I'm horrible at saying that. Like if you know me, if you follow my podcast, follow me with friends, it's Frank Turner, my favourite singer. Favourite band of all time though, I do not have a favourite band, and everyone always asks me that, and it always runs through me. But at the moment, my favourite album to listen to is Kids by Mac Miller. Mac Miller's earlier stuff, I love his later stuff, but Mac Miller's earlier stuff is so fucking good. It's his fourth album. He sampled Fireflies, the one who released MGMT. So I'm really fucking enjoying that right now. And the Kooks, Inside Out, Inside In, Outside Out. That's really good at the moment. But I want to move on for my favourite local artist, because I am Tape Deck Reviews after all.
My favourite album is Back and Forth.
Is that Lila's?
Yeah,
is that Lila's?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, Lila, if you're watching this and I to get to this.
Well done, you've made it.
Well done, you've made it, Lila. No, but we do actually enjoy your music.
It is very good. I do like it a lot.
I love. Speaking of which, I love Losing.
I think Closure's my
Closure's quite good.
Like I saw on Lila's Insta, where she said, "Oh, whoever's been listening to Closure, I hope you're okay." I felt so altered because she knew it was me.
Bedroom Mood. I always have that on.
See, the thing is, I know Bedroom Moves, like, to her, and to, I think what a lot of people think, I may not be, I'm not her, but what a lot of people think, and it probably is her, but it's her magnum opus, it's her favourite one, it's, like, the one she pushes the most. Again, I don't know that. That's the kind of vibe I get.
I think she likes to push her slower stuff more, but I really...
And, however, I think Bedroom Mood is the weakest of the album.
You think Bedroom Mood is the weakest?
Yeah, I love all the other songs, and I think Bedroom Mood is great, but it's not brilliant like the other ones.
I think it was a great single. I think the hype towards it was great. I fucking love Bedroom Mood. It's one of them songs on my playlist what's a never skipper, because I remember working on I remember when she told us ages ago about like the album, stuff like that. I almost leaked it, by the way. I almost ruined it. But yeah. So basically I put it on my story by accident. She announced the song and I accidentally announced the EP, but I took it down after like 10 seconds.
Oh, you're close.
No, but it was quite good. So, Kieran, have you ever heard of a genre called Japanese white noise?
Fucking, my friend, I have a friend called Daniel, and he went to my primary, I've been best mates with him for years. He's one of my best mates, closest mates ever. He exclusively listens to Japanese music. Like, if I don't recommend him songs because any time I do, he say, well, Kieran, I'll probably not listen to that since I don't listen to English music.
Tell Daniel to skip to 55 because I'm going to put him on a good genre. I'm going to pause the show Kieran the song, copyright.
And that really...
Okay, I just showed him...
And that really is Japanese, James.
Yeah, genuinely.
Oh, wow, I thought that was, like, American or something. That clearly is Japanese.
So, it's called...
Even looks like Dan.
It's called Mesbo. Woodpecker #1 is my favourite one.
What about Soft Yellow Balls?
It's called Pulse Theme on the album, and I have asked for it on vinyl for Christmas for my
That just... I don't know, it just sounds like... The entire thing seems like a meme because it's just bass-boosted nonsense.
No, he does concerts and I really want to go to one.
Where he just plays bass-boosted white noise?
Oh, there's a video of like a mosh pit going around one of them, and there's a guy just fucking stood there brushing his teeth in a concert there.
Well, yeah, because I feel like he just... Oh no, I'm not gonna start. Never mind. I feel like he's just... It's just like big speakers behind him. He's just blasting bass boosting noise.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there, just at attention. At 10-2, just standing there on the stage looking forward, not blinking, not making any motion for the entire
Your
hour.
ears are fucked though. Your ears will be fucked
after
that
if you listen
concert.
to bass-boosted music at a concert for hours on end, your ears are going to be fucked.
Can you please show that to your friend?
I will,
Because
yeah.
it is Japanese.
I will, yeah.
And it's the worst genre. Okay, so moving back to more local scene, recently I put on a...
There was this really shit gig.
Yeah, it was quite shit.
I went to it and I didn't really enjoy it that much. I had to go to Soho's afterwards because I had to, recover.
Recover.
Yeah.
So I put on a gig. Thank you to everyone who came. I've been told the amount of people who actually came, and I've been told the tickets. We had 160 people.
Wait, that's not very social distancing of you, James. Did everyone wear a mask?
No one wore a mask, no. But my dad was there, so.
Oh, that's poggers. That's all right. Tony can stop it.
But 106 tickets sold, and I want to talk about the refund crisis. So I had a massive problem where I'm not gonna badmouth, but people didn't listen.
People didn't read the fucking poster. To be fair, you could have made it bigger. It was legit in the very. It was very small font at the bottom of the bottom right of the poster.
It wasn't as small because I put it in a different colour to highlight it out more.
It was red. It was the same colour.
I made sure to put it on every single fucking piece of promo after that. It's on every poster. But what I do feel bad for people who bought tickets and couldn't get in was Jimmy's did not send out an email saying, "Look, do this." It was genuinely through word of mouth, and I saw that a few things happen where
because I didn't do it, but I know a lot of other people who were 18 snuck people in who did have tickets. They said, "Oh,
yeah, that was me." Yeah,
I didn't do that because I think that's dodgy.
Yes.
You should have read the poster.
Luckily, nothing much happened. Everyone was kind outside. No one was a dickhead and tried to start shit.
To you, maybe.
To me, they were fine with me.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. You don't want to hear what they said about behind your back. They called you dickhead and cunt and shit like that.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Paul James is crying now. Go on.
Okay. No, but I think my favourite one was when a little Scouse child said, "I'm gonna knock out the bounce on me." He didn't. He got turned away. But
just send me up there, lad. I'll get you out straight, lad.
No, but I want to thank everyone for coming to that gig. I think the gig was so fun to do. Everyone was so chill. No one started fighting. Everyone who did listen, thank you. Refunds are actually getting issued.
Are they?
Originally, Jimmy's weren't going to do refunds. They were like, no, go away. I had to talk to him. I'm like, look, this has happened. So I've reached.
You fucked up.
I've reached the people who wanted a refund. And luckily, we only lost 150 quid.
Oh, the 1,000 you mean?
I didn't. Let's not talk about money.
Okay.
Let's not talk about money. By the way, I made 150 grand off that gig.
150 grand?
Yep. The artists are getting none of it.
You do know how big 150 grand is? You sure it's not 1 grand and 50?
No, Kieran, it's ironic.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. No, but yeah, everyone's getting paid. Happy times, happy times. Also, shout out. Be a minute. Shout out to the Plan Merseyside. You fucking smashed the last set. When I mean smashed the last set, you smashed your drum kit, which I love, and you smashed the mic. Sorry, your pay got dogged. But I think everyone who played was absolutely amazing. What was your favourite band of the night?
The one that played the Kaiser Chiefs song.
Project Nevada.
Yeah.
I love them. Project Nevada, they're absolutely one of my favourite.
Only because they played a good song. Like all the others, I don't remember any of the other songs. Not mainly because none of them stood out to me.
Okay, that's
they all just kind of melted together.
I'm gonna make sure like that you're fucking fine. All the bands find you like
Oh please send it. Give them my address and I'll knock them all out. I'll get my Nerf gun and shoot them, James.
What's the message? Yeah, you're not bulletproof.
Yeah, you're not bulletproof.
Yeah.
Coordinates. I'll just reply with saying you think that, or like
you think
that, yeah.
It's like COD Zombies. Sure. Fetch me their souls.
I will.
Like a bunch of angry guitarists come out.
James, the amount of juggernog I've been drinking, I'm immune. All right, I'm immune to bullet damage.
Kieran's just been like drinking straight fucking paint thinner, and now he can smell colours.
Listen, the amount of crayons I've
shoved up me bum. I am invincible.
I am invincible. I am. Do, 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 do.
I promise you, I'm. Okay.
I just made the joke. You can't make it.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
So my next gig's on the 4th of December. We've got Zetland, Mirage Music, Georgia Carew, and Eternum Joy. All are very good bands. Zetland are absolutely fucking amazing. When I reached out to work with them, they were one of the most down to earth bands. To now post tickets are £6. But he sold 20% of tickets, which is mad to think. Like,
true, to be fair. It's in December, you announced it like the other week.
True, it's gonna sell out. So, is there anything else you need to talk about?
What?
Anything else you need to talk about? Get therapy off your chest right now. What about the airline food?
Listen, James. Honestly, I got no fucking clue.
You got no clue?
No.
So, Kieran, do you anything you want to shout out, or anyone you want to give a shout out to? He's went dead. Give him a minute. Give him a minute. He's quite upset.
Listen, James. I know. I don't want to lie to you, and I don't want to bullshit you, but
yeah.
I know we said earlier that was going to be the last of the superheroes. Well, there was one topic that we wrote down.
What?
That we haven't talked about.
What?
That's Arkham.
Oh my god, we forgot to mention fucking Arkham. Okay.
Arkham.
The podcast is now 1 minute.
It doesn't matter.
Prepare for it to be like 2 hours 20 minutes now.
I listened to 2 hours.
No, mate. We need to talk about Arkham.
We do, yeah.
So, you go. Man, you need to start this. You're the little Batman fanboy. You need to start this one.
Back in 2007, there's a publisher known as Warner Bros. Entertainment.
Never heard of them.
I want to make a game. Right, games are selling well, and you know, you got amazing. That wasn't out yet. You got all this. You got Spider-Man 3 for the PS3 remade by Treyarch. That's selling. All right, I want to sell some games, so let's make a Flash game.
They made a Flash game.
So they got development up for a Flash game. They got it up to a showable state, and then the development team went bankrupt. So it got completely and utterly wrecked, and it just wasn't released. And then they said, "Oh, well, that's shit." And then, well, what do we do now? Do we still doing games? Do we just carry on remaking Batman cartoons? Let's make a Batman Brave and the Bold game now. That series is gone. Wait, who's this? Hiya, who are you? My name's Rocksteady. And then that was how one of the best game franchise was ever made. That was.
You see, it's definitely. I think it's the best game franchise, apart from GTA and stuff like that.
No, fuck GTA.
Oh, so you're not a GTA fan?
It's boring. It's boring.
You're not a GTA fan?
No, it's boring. If I can't play games solo, if I can't play a game by myself, then what's the point?
Solo gaming's way more fun than... The older you get, the more you realise playing solo, chilling by yourself...
I've always been a solo gamer in GTA. It was like, oh, yeah, but it's like an online multiplayer game. Well, I play online multiplayer games. Battlefront 2, I love playing that by myself. Garden Warfare, I love playing that by myself. If I can't play a multiplayer game... If I can't play a game by myself, then what's the point? Because I can't always rely on people being online to play with, so...
No. For example, that's Halo. That's why Halo's great for replayability.
It is, because Halo is brilliant.
I think I can't wait for the new Halo.
Oh, Halo, it's gonna be brilliant. But yeah, back to Arkham. Arkham Asylum, I got that, and that was my first real taste of Batman, because I watched Batman Brave and the Bold, but I was like, oh, it was on like every Saturday, and like sometimes I'd tune in, and sometimes I wouldn't. And be like, oh, cool, Batman Brave and the Bold Zone. It's cool. It's cool Batman stuff. And then I grew up with the Sam Raimi films. I watched Spider-Man 3 at least 52 times a week when I was a child. And even then, I always skipped to the ending fight with like Venom because like, oh, Venom's cool. I like Venom.
Everyone as a child had that Venom cool phase, didn't they?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh shit, there's a Batman. My dad's playing this Batman game. I'm like, oh, I watched him play through it, and like eventually I picked up the controller and played it. I was like, oh, this is sick. That's cool. Brilliant. And I played through Arkham's Asylum. I was like, I want more. I want to play the game again. I played it again. I want to play it again. Played it again. I want to play it again. And so on and so forth. And then City came out. And I did that until City came out. And like when City came out, I wasn't even bored.
But it's got so much replayability though.
I wasn't bored.
There's so much to replay on it.
See, Asylum, looking back and replaying it, it's very bare bones. Like, you've got the combat maps, and then you can also play as Joker in the combat maps as well, which is cool. Very cool. But yeah, it's, apart from the story, it's literally, Riddler trophies and that's it. But then the Riddler trophies don't do anything.
The fighting's fun, the little button mashing, this chill.
Arkham reinvented free flow button mash combat. No, it's not button mashing either, it's free flow. Cause
parry, block, attack, block. It's fucking great.
It's brilliant.
And it's one of the combos.
Yeah, but then you mash X to
kiss.
But you mash X, but listen, that's the thing, this is what all epic games do. Just like Assassin's Creed 1 before it went, you know what? We're going to use the critical strike. Where if you tap X, or tap the attack button as soon as you land the hit.
Combos.
And as soon as you land the hit, not only is your combo going to get... Not only does it your combo go by 2 instead of 1, but also it does more damage. So that way you have an incentive not to button mash. And like, the more you nail down that hit... The more
attacks you get.
The better you will be.
Do you know what I wish I could relive?
Go on.
As a kid, meeting one of the heavies for the first time and not knowing what to fucking do.
Oh my God.
And then watching 50 million YouTube walkthroughs on how to beat them.
No, I was always smart. I always like read the instructions it gave you. It said it on the screen saying, press circle and then X or shit.
I do kind of feel jealous of the kids today because...
I don't.
No, for example now, you can get 2 Arkham games remastered for £15 new.
Or you can be like me and get all the Arkham games remastered with all the DLC for £10.
Where?
On Steam, during a sale.
Oh man, I need a new PC. This one's around 7-8 years and it doesn't run well anymore. So I'm buying a new one soon. I'm saving up and shit.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly for like work and shit, but I'm doing it for the art.
See, I've got a gaming laptop this year.
Gaming gaming boy. But I'm really enjoying the way it goes. The new Suicide Squad game by Rocksteady.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
It's gonna have the elements, or like the combos, the attacks.
It's gonna have Arkham elements while also reinventing the franchise and also being its own thing. That's gonna be brilliant.
And I really hope you can play as most characters and it doesn't get stale.
Because the 4 characters are the baseline characters, but they have said they're gonna add in more. Same with Gotham Knights. They're gonna be adding in some more Batman.
What's your favourite DLC for the games? Mine's the Red Hood one. The Red Hood DLC is the best.
See, you'd think, it's Kieran. He's going to say Red Hood. The one we can play is Red Hood and play Arkham Knight. No, it's not. You have the most wanted missions for Arkham Knight.
Jog my memory again?
The most wanted missions in Arkham Knight. So, you know in Arkham Knight, you got the Nightfall Protocol. You have to beat all the side quests. You have to beat the majority of side quests for you. And so they released a DLC pack, which added on another 4. And that was called Most Wanted. And the 4 characters were Mad Hatter, where you had to locate 3 bombs around the city, then interrogate Mad Hatter, and then fight in the Mad Hatter's world.
Yeah.
Like on a page book, and then you have to like rescue the rabbit whilst he's flipping the pages. You have to grapple over the pages. It's so sick. Then you got the Ra's al Ghul one, where Ra's al Ghul has come out the Lazarus Pit, but he's fucked. Like the Lazarus Pit has drained him for everything he has, and basically everyone's pleading for like Batman to kill him. And you have Talia's sister in it as well, saying like, "Oh yeah, Batman, you need to kill Ra's because yeah." And then Batman's like, "Oh, I will not do it." And then even Alfred's saying like, "Oh, you should not give him the Lazarus because are you killing him is it actually murder if you don't, if it's not your hand, then like you actually get the option to do you save Ra's or don't. You get to decide."
What do you decide?
I've done 2 playthroughs where I've done both.
What's the best one?
I don't know.
Wait, so what happens if you save him?
He comes back to life and he goes, "Thank you, detective," and he fucks off.
What have you done?
If you don't, he dies. You have a little combat thing with a few basic enemies, and then you fuck off.
Oh, fair.
That's the end of the mission. It's the same as the Azrael one. I love the Azrael mission, mainly because I get to play as Azrael. But and then you also have the Killer Croc one, where a prison which is on a blimp crash lands in Gotham. You have to navigate your way through that. And what happened is the warden of the prison has been torturing Killer Croc, and basically cutting his limbs off. So the whole point of Killer Croc is the more pain or more torture he endures, the more his skin condition becomes prevalent.
Yeah.
Which means the more crocodile-like he becomes. So
does that explain why he was so shit in Suicide Squad?
Yeah, because because probably all he got was like a little slap on the face.
Doesn't even explain it well.
No, and then in Arkham Knight, he's been tortured a shit ton. So at this point, he's got because in the other Arkham games, he was just very big, and he didn't have a tail or anything. In Arkham Knight, he has a full-on tail, and his mouth is starting to become more crocodile-like. It's not all the way out, but it's more chunky.
You can do more with the games though in the movies, like easily. With games, you can do whatever fucking logic you want. 'Cause it doesn't matter.
And then also the final one. If it was just those three, I'd say it's a good DLC, but it's not that brilliant. But the final one, which just makes it for me. This one arc makes me think. This one arc is better than the entirety of City's story, which is the best Arkham story. This one arc in an Arkham Knight DLC is better than every single story ever told. It's Mr. Freeze. It's Mr. Freeze. That's it. That's all you have to say. It's Mr. Freeze. It's Victor Freeze himself, Victor Fries, whatever you want to call him.
That's how I want a movie on him.
And basically, what happens is it's after City, where Joker stole his wife Nora.
Yeah.
And then Batman reunited them. And then in Night, what happens is there's a ship that's encased in ice, and you have a militia there hunting down Mr. Freeze. And what's happened is Mr. Freeze is on there, and Batman takes out all the guys in a Predator sequence, and then he goes downstairs and he sees Mr. Freeze and he goes, "Freeze, what the fuck are you doing? What is this?" And he goes, "Oh, Batman, the militia's grafted me wife." And so what happens is it's like, "Oh, last time I saw Scarecrow wanted me to join his team. I said no because I'm not interested." So what the militia did instead, the Arkham Knights stole my wife. They stole Nora and they're hiding her somewhere in the city. So then what you do is you say, "All right, I'll get her back for you." I was like, "You sure?" I was like, "Yeah, don't worry." So you go off and you find Nora, but by the time you find Nora, she's defrosted. So she's an actual person rather than encased in ice now.
She's oh my fucking god.
Yeah, and then Mr. Freeze's reaction is just brilliant. He goes like, "What the fuck? I will kill them all." He doesn't actually. He's actually. This is why it's the best ending. Mr. Freeze. Okay, so Nora goes into the Bat Tank. The Batmobile. Yeah. It's a tank. It's a tank.
It's a fucking tank.
And you do a little Batmobile sequence where you drive through, because there's got to be a Batmobile sequence. I
hated the missions of Batmobile.
To be fair, this one actually plays to the story's advantage. So what happens is, the militia confront you. Mr. Freeze creates this island or whatever. This just Mr. Freeze is basically on ballistic, and there's a shit ton of snow and ice everywhere. Some of the water outside of Gotham is ice, which you can drive on and shit. And so you have a little combat. You have a chase sequence where you have to run away from a shit ton of militia, because if you fight them, you will die. And then you eventually get to this little island where you have to face off all the militia, and no matter how much you kill, for every one drone, it spawns in another two, and it doesn't end. It's endless.
So how'd you beat it then?
Listen, so eventually what happens, it took me about 5 minutes for this to happen. I don't know how long it is, but eventually what because during that time they'll hear saying Mr. Free, Victor, we're surrounded. What can you do? Can you help us or whatever? He goes, "There is one thing, but the thing is, if I do this one thing, it will destroy them all. However, I can't put Nora back in a containment thing, which means that she will die.
She'll die.
Yeah.
So
and so they have a little back and forth. Victor Freeze has a back and forth saying, and basically a mental breakdown, saying, "Fuck, I don't want to lose you again. I don't want to lose you." And then what happens is he sets it off eventually. He eventually sets it off. It works, it destroys all the militia drones, and then Batman comes to with Nora, and then Nora basically goes "Oh yeah, I want to see you with my own eyes." because Nora was conscious the entire time. Because she was aware, she could hear everything.
So the monster
everything that was happening, and she didn't want to believe. A lot of times she didn't want to believe it, but the second she saw it, was like, "Holy shit!" It was like, "I want to see you in your eye. I want to see into your eyes." And it's like, no matter all this shit you've done, you're the same man still. Because the whole point of Mr. Freeze is that he's not a bad guy. He's
a good guy in bad circumstances.
He's a decent bloke in tough shit.
Very bad.
In very tough shit, and he's doing very terrible shit for a good thing, to save someone's life.
It's like a yin yang situation.
Yeah, and it actually ends by Freeze, and like, it's a good throwback to the animated series when Freeze is in his jail cell, and he actually cries, icy snow tears, and he actually does that in the game.
That's what I think would be a good story arc.
And eventually they go out on a boat and live the rest of their life together. They decide that, right, we're going to spend the rest of our very short lives together and go off. That's the end of it.
Beautiful story.
And then if that's the last thing you do, the rest of the game, if that's the last thing you do, the entire map will be snowing.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
That's fucking cool.
That is my favourite arc in all of gaming. It's brilliant.
I'm glad we've had the Arkham chat.
Yeah.
Arkham 10 out of 10 series. Okay, Kieran, I think it's time to say goodbye to our beautiful little children watching.
Beautiful. Fuck that.
Well, do you want to shout out anything? Do you want to say anything?
Shout out to Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls?
Yeah, he's a very underground artist.
What about Conor Bailey, your favourite rapper?
My favourite rapper, Conor Bailey. Oh, I think he needs to do Ego Expedition too.
Should we review Ego Expedition instead of the movies?
We should do both.
Should we?
Yeah.
I reckon Ego Expedition would hit more than the movies.
Yeah, I reckon we should do both. It shouldn't take too long.
True. Plus we can play the songs so they're not copyrighted.
Hmm.
This has been James Jump. Tape Deck of You. Subscribe. Check out my shit. This has been
Anonymous.
This
has been Anonymous Ghost. This has been Epic Gamer Beasts here.
This has been Gamer Ranks.
This has been Screen Rants.
Right. Bye, beautiful people.